Handshakes, maybe a few hand grenades. Real Madrid and Sevilla. Take a look at our star. Really in his usual position. Nothing really usual in the midfield. Double pivot, no Casemiro. He's suspended. And then up front, Benzema and Ronaldo. It's a 4-4-2 as he shows off Ballon d'Or number 5. Phil Shane, Ray Hudson with you. And even Ronaldo said he wasn't sure if he would ever equal Lionel Messi. Looks pretty nice.
Well, he's been absolutely spectacular when needed for Real Madrid. In all the competitions, in their darkest hour, the Dark Invader would always arrive with goals both for club and country. Totally well deserved for Cristiano. Number 5, and he says he ain't finished yet. Like Oliver Twist, he always wants more.
Now taking a look at the back 4, Kerr and Longley in the middle. Steven Nzonzi is player non grata and expected to be leaving in January to someone's benefit, but it opens the door for Guido Pizarro, who has been outstanding since coming over from Tigres. Beneguet Vasquez, Navas Nolito, and Muriel, the young Colombian, fit and on form. But can he get on the score sheet?
Well said, Phil. The Nzonzi situation is rather strange, but certainly Eduardo Berizzo, who's still recovering from successful operation for his terrible problems, is really favouring Guido Pizarro, the ex-Lanús man. This will be a crackerjack of a game. It really will. Sevilla come in here, very, very good run of form. And let's be fair and honest, Real Madrid, they're navigating a little bit of a bumpy ride by their incredibly high standards. Zidane has made some changes today. Isco and Mateo Kovacic was expected to start, but Asensio gets the break and Lucas Vasquez. But it'll be all eyes on Cristiano, the golden man with the golden ball. Let's see if he can hit the back of the net.
Again, taking a look at that wide view with the new rule allowing the single man to tap it back. By the letter of the law, Cristiano Ronaldo in an offside position, but
stickler you are, Phil, a real stickler.
Now coming back as we await the start of this one, Juan Martinez Munuera, the 35-year-old from Valencia, in his 4th season as a La Liga ref, the last 2 as a FIFA accredited one.
See the referee telling Benz, you got to stay on that side of the lane. That's the way the laws are drawn up.
He's a stickler.
Yeah, I don't know how you can pass the ball back without going into that half, though.
See, they didn't think it through, Ray. Checking the watch, checking it twice. Not a bad time of season to do that. And we are underway. Kroos and Modric, defensive responsibilities shared, but again it goes to show Real Madrid realizes they need goals, but also missing 3 players, 4 players actually, due to suspension. In some ways Zidane's hands tied. Early ball in.
Whoa.
Marcelo just skipping under Asensio.
Good play from Benzema originally, setting up Marcelo's. A beautiful run by Asensio into that post, and he picks him out. Pixel perfect perfection from Marcelo. Look out.
Another chance for the Brazilian. Kerr in the middle, down towards the penalty spot, now touched back by Pizarro, back into the middle by Kroos, gobbled up by the big 6'5" homegrown keeper Sergio Rico. Modric staying back as Kroos was upfield, and Real Madrid gets it back immediately. 8-4-2 for Real Madrid, 28 points. Sevilla actually with more victories, 9 but 4 defeats, also at 28. And Real Madrid by the tiebreaker just ahead of them. Each can climb as high as 2nd if they can get a big win here today. Neither can fall any lower than 5th. Nacho coming over to the near side, cutting into his right foot. Take another look at our lineups brought to you by AT&T.
Out of the back there. Look at this. This started with Keylor Navas's feet. Beautiful progression. Nicely.
Vasquez tapped away by the big man in net.
A radiant football from Real Madrid. And behind them, the Knights in white satin are singing in their full battle cry. They love this. What a save by the big black cat. Sergio Rico. Lucas paints it. That's a magnificent hit and a magnificent save. What a beautiful attack by Real Madrid. Again, Keylor Navas starts it, embroidered all the way up. Beautiful.
Outswinger from Kroos. Kerr can't get it. Heads back into the sit and buried. It falls for Nacho and Sevilla falls.
Nacho strikes beautifully, easily. This is a bad giveaway. I think it's Luis Muriel who fills his pants right in the area and gifts this one to Real Madrid. We'll take a look at it again, but it's helter-skelter chaos in the box. Real Madrid have come out looking rampant. This ball beautifully played in, as always, Toni Kroos. This should have been easily dealt away, and it is. It's Luis Muriel who cannot get it away.
He saw Kerr flying in, and he shied away.
I think both of them, Phil, have got to take full responsibility, but he pounces onto this like Dracula onto a plate of liver. Thank you. Wonderful start from Real Madrid. It's a scrappy type of a goal, because when you look at the other chances that the Whites have had and their constructive approaches to goal, well, it's nothing more than they deserve. And here are off like a teenager in a hot rod here, looking very, very good. I think Asensio and Lucas Vasquez, Phil, in this lineup here today will give them the required width that perhaps they've been missing with Isco playing in the point of that diamond. But Marcelo, he'll be looking to really join in the attack against this Sevilla side.
And there, the young Madrid-born Moroccan international Achraf Hakimi will provide width on the other side. He's done well filling in for Carvajal. They might need him a bit more today.
Yeah, I think he'll be the one. It's a little bit more stay at home, the Moroccan international. Give them that little bit more balance. He'll be the one that's playing a little bit more conservatively, I would think. But he does like to enjoy himself going forward.
Here's Pizarro, 27 years of age. First year from Tigres, but as you mentioned, spending nearly a decade at Lanús before. Touched away and somewhat awkwardly. Not the way Luis Muriel would have liked to start this match.
Well, sad start for Ernie Marcucci. There he is. Beautiful. Ernie Marcucci.
Looks like an Ernie.
Yep.
Childhood friends with Eduardo Berizzo back in their days at Cruz Alta.
Unlucky there, Phil.
And he's been with them ever since Berizzo started his managerial career at Estudiantes, and now filling in for his longtime friend who's recovering from prostate cancer surgery.
A lovely little ball from Nelito there that nearly found its target. There's that pace and that width that I was talking about. And this wonderful selection of fans behind that goal had a real good look at Nacho's opener. Settles the nerves. Expect more of the same.
Kroos thought Modric would be there, but it curls around the Croatian into the middle.
Oh, good ball.
Now wide for Navas in his second stint with Sevilla. Nacho back on defense.
Good run by Muriel for Jesus to try to pick out. Would have taken an impeccable ball as Zidane looks on. A little bit more composed now. That's a great pressure release goal that they've scored early. Their home form, Phil, has been sketchy. We'll see how they play through this.
Well, they've only lost one game, but they have allowed 6 goals, which is mid-table.
Good ball.
Wide for Vasquez.
He wants it back.
Overlap for Hakimi. In decent position, Carol. Trying to win it back, Hakimi. And he does on the chalk and smartly wins the throw.
His initial ball was a little safe. Hakimi needed to step through it with a little bit more positive approach to it because he had good targets on the inside. Oh, beautiful.
26 years of age, on loan from Galatasaray, Lionel Carroll.
Oh,
out of Nantes.
What a beautiful piece of skill that was under pressure, and 6 yards away from his own dead ball line. That's
he must be related to you.
Yeah, beautifully risky.
Off to the near side, Asensio. Bit more of a wider role, although in many ways everything revolves around Cristiano Ronaldo, the straw that stirs Real Madrid's drink.
He likes scoring against Sevilla. Cristiano, 25 in 17 games. In his Ballon d'Or, Phil, talk all day about who could have won it, who should have won it. Last season, Cristiano's goal rate came down a little bit, and yet he was always the most decisive footballer. We can talk about who the best pure footballer is all day. The best defender is Sergio Ramos. Marcelo had wonderful seasons for Real Madrid, but was there a more decisive player in any of the footballing teams that we saw last year? For club and country, Ronaldo proved it. An amazing, decisive footballer. He can cut the bread every which way you like, and the arguments will always be there. But it's inarguable that Ronaldo will go down in history as certainly one of the all-time most decisive footballers that the history of the game has ever seen.
And again, there still could be a long time left in that career if he stays healthy.
32-year-old.
You could see him playing to 40 the way he takes care of himself.
A moisturizer, man. Amazing.
Go back into the midfield. Franco Vasquez looking for a little help. Haven't really seen Banega on the ball much.
Strange sort of, well, not strange, but a definite shake of the deck for Mauricio Marcucci's men. They've certainly changed their lineup in several positions as well.
See that midfield four getting stretched a bit. Strong step up by Jesus Vallejo, the 20-year-old youngster. Still for Sevilla, Vallejo reaches out and wins it back.
Wonderfully read by Jesus.
Gifted though on the far side, a chance on the turnover. Dribbling into the box, contact. Muriel stays up, but the ball rolls on.
Yeah, he just was a little al dente with his last touch, wasn't he? Beautiful run into the box, good turn by Benz.
Off to Vasquez, back to Modric.
And some lovely clean touches, Benzema.
Threaded through for Ronaldo. Blind pass on the overlap. Vasquez help in the middle. Asensio keeps it rolling for Kroos. Now Ronaldo in the box. Left foot low, wide. But touched. Corner kick.
Take a look at Marcelo, just at the bottom of your picture, wide open, asking for the ball to be switched, but Cristiano sees him. He's never going to play that one. Rightfully takes a good whisk at that ball, and it just takes a deflection. Looked as if it might have been going wide anyhow, but warming his guns.
Third corner already in this opening 10 minutes. Nacho gets to the end of it in the box. Oh! Vallejo. Well, I don't think he realized how open he was.
Well, this is offside anyhow, I think, Phil. But the ball played in nicely by Nacho. And
Clearly.
there you see, offside. He didn't know it. But, again, here's a look at the goal. Not dealt with either by Ja or Muriel. And it falls beautifully. And then the one touch to control. Cool. Like James Bond in a wet tuxedo.
Out wide for Navas. Back for Banega now on the right side. Pizarro keeps it rolling, and Lionel Carroll, former French youth international.
This game was 4-1 here last season in the corresponding fixture, Phil.
In for Navas, one-on-one. Heavy right-footed player, but what a right foot. Nacho parries it.
Wonderful cover in that near post by Nacho. That will not be on the highlight film, but I tell you what, if Nacho isn't as positioned as perfectly as he is, that one would have been rattled home. Well played by the youth product of Real Madrid, Nacho. Ever looking wonderful player he's been, Phil, in the time we've been commentating on these games over the years. The Argentina international. His second stint here at Sevilla Internazionale didn't work out for him. Valencia days are gone. Started it where? Boca Juniors. Good ball
in the air from Banega.
Whoa.
And you could see Longley thinks he should have tried harder.
He should have. He could have, but he didn't. And Banega saying, what you doing, taking root like a ficus tree. Clement Langley, he actually seemed to put the brakes on, Phil. The ball was dropping into that space beautifully from Ever Banega. The only thing it was missing was a big red ribbon around it, and Zidane didn't like that.
How much pressure's on Zidane, considering the fact they're basically 1 point out, or 1 point in, 1 point from being out of the Champions League spots? And this less than a month after he was named the best manager.
Totally. You know, pressure's nothing new to him, so don't worry about Zidane. But it's Real Madrid, Phil. The long knives are always out, no matter who's in charge, no matter how much the success is there. It's the way it is at the White House. And Zidane has been imperious in his time here, but unquestionably Real Madrid have been going through a rocky ride, and I wouldn't back against them either in the league or the cup with the big ears.
Ball back for Banega. He can shoot from there. Kroos stepping up quickly though. Mercado turning into a bit of a goal scorer himself for Argentina. Into the box, plays it square. Nacho clears again. Right in front of Nolito.
Dangerous again. Sevilla showing their fangs, aren't they? And they really are overloading on this right side a lot of the time here. Ricardo pushing up nicely.
Nacho again flies in. His goal, he is the 12th Real Madrid player, the 12th different Real Madrid player to score this season. That's more than anyone in La Liga. They had been tied with Sevilla and Barcelona, but now they stand alone. The problem is it's only the 26th goal they've scored in total in league. Navas to his left. Marcelo stays with him. Cajol on the far side. A weak roller just wide.
Certainly regrouped themselves nicely, Sevilla.
Looked like there was a deflection.
Certainly did.
There, off Vasquez. So, corner kick coming up for Sevilla. 9-1-4. Maybe better than last year, but still struggling away from home. Only 3 wins in 7. Cleared away by Ronaldo to the far side. Vasquez lifts, launches.
Switch.
Navas with Banega in support, sends it into the middle. Carr can't get there. And there on the half volley, Pizarro sends it high. Grew up in Cruz Alta. Actually was a lawyer. Came up as a youth player through River Plate after leaving the Rosario district, but makes no secret about it. He was never going to be a professional, so slid into the professional world as an attorney. Got back into the game a bit when Berizzo, his childhood buddy, was an assistant with Marcelo Bielsa in Chile, and actually did a lot of scouting on the side of his attorney work. Caught the bug, and when Berizzo became the manager at Estudiantes, signed up with him, and he's been there ever since. And this, in many ways, because Berizzo now in full treatment for recovery, the first match that he will handle all by himself, and probably not the way he wanted it to start out, with an early goal from Nacho.
Well, they've had a lot of the ball, though, Phil, in response, so credit to Ernie on the sidelines. They've certainly not taken the spirit out of this team, and the Reds have looked a continual threat, especially down this right side, attacking Marcelo's space. And that works two ways, puts them in good threatening position and keeping Marcelo a little bit in a more reserved role. Yeah, good luck with that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Absolutely spectacular.
Nolito putting on a show.
And again,
more known for his performance at Barcelona, but it was a stint in his return to Granada. Helped them beat Real Madrid for the first time in 40 years, did Nolito.
Out on that left side, Lionel Carroll looking very, very impressive in the early going, Phil.
Banega look away, plucked away by Vasquez, falls for Navas.
Space and time.
Nolito, just a little too hot for Vasquez.
Poor ball. Space and time. It's what you want in these positions. Here's that lovely piece of hocus pocus from Nolito. Lovely.
Manuel Agulo Duran. Manolito. Nolito for short. Kroos, Modric. Late push by Vallejo.
Some rumours going on about Luka Modric as well. Perhaps itching for a move after, how long has he been here now? 5-6 years. Been absolutely world class, of course. There'll be plenty of suitors, that's for sure, if he does decide to take up a new challenge.
What do you think?
I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's in totally Real Madrid through and through now. I don't know what other challenges he could face up to that is going to compare to playing in this place with these players, with the crop of youngsters coming through, and all the rumours that are going on, that always go on about the next big star to arrive in the white shirts. Why would you want him to leave?
Lionel Carroll rolling it back, Longley. Fellow Frenchman.
Nice play again, man.
Nolito. Carroll, and again Vasquez a bit flat-footed. Chance for Modric. Kroos checking the mirrors. Asensio again coming wide. Ball to Benzema. Not a bad header, just not good enough.
Beautiful placement though from him. Asensio picks him out beautifully. There's the time, the space, and that's what a true world-class player can deliver. And the head of a pin from Asensio. Beautiful curler.
Vallejo getting there just a half step late. Talked about the road woes for Sevilla. 3 wins, 4 draws. Of course, remember, they went a calendar year without a road win. Not that long ago, but maybe a bit deceptive. Vallejo down to the ground, but it was offside. The 4 losses this year, Ray, away from home: Atletico Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, Valencia, and Barcelona. Not easy to win at any of them. And that probably wasn't, but a moot point, as Vallejo had won it. Dummied through by Benz. Well played by Pizarro. Muriel. Vasquez and Banega now switch.
Real Madrid, of course, coming in off that 3-2 win over Dortmund, which was a game that didn't really mean very much, but they played some really nice stuff in that game against Dortmund.
Pizarro in the middle, just got away from him. The return, but he'd put on the brakes. Modric eludes the pressure.
Good ball.
Vasquez back. Sending it through, but not on the same page as Cristiano.
Vasquez pays it back to Modric, and he had the space behind him to turn and advance the play, and he had Cristiano and Benzema ahead of him. it would have been split, but played it a little bit conservatively there.
Scooped forward, Vasquez drops it back, long range shot. Ever Banega sends it high. Real Madrid, of course, scheduled to face Leganés next week. That match has been indefinitely postponed because they have a showdown with the winner of Al Jazeera and Urawa in the Club World Cup. So a bit more work to do before the holidays. Of course, they also have a bit of a Christmas present for all of us in a Christmas Eve Classico. An early start, Ray.
Set your alarm clocks, don't go to bed. He's in!
Chance for Ronaldo! And that one is clinical.
Magical from Asensio, and he knows it. It's a beautiful red carpet pass. Cristiano and ever going to miss this one. But truly, look at this lovely ball. And he loves scoring goals more than anything in the world. Beautiful ball played in, dispatched with authority and confidence. Asensio, though, he breathes life into this goal. Look at this ball. Wonderful. It's a reverse type of pass. Cristiano controls it, one touch, and then it's good night, Vienna. Beautiful ball from Asensio. The focus is locked. The dispatch is detonated. And that one is a real high-quality goal. Clean with the final touch. Asensio's already celebrating, and Cristiano knows where his bread is buttered there. A wonderful ball-whispering pass from Asensio. Go back again and look at that again, people. Not just in the live action, but that wonderful replay that we showed, and you see there's very little space for Asensio to find. The lineup of the red shirts is staggered, but he sees through them all. Beautiful.
24 goals in 15 games. His favorite target, Sevilla, and now his third goal of the season. Navas for Banega. And the best laid plans of Berizzo, Marcucci and company.
Yeah. Truly.
Offside again.
This is a team that is playing well. Really are threading their football together nicely, and they've created several opportunities of high quality in front of Keylor Navas. But look at that scoreline, 2-0, and two goals of different brands. One is pure Cristiano Ronaldo brand, and then the Nacho one, the man on the ball, had opened the gates. So do the spirit and confidence of Real Madrid in the back rooms and in the technical area and in the locker room. The world are good. So many changes, missing so many top-class, world-class players, and they're playing well against the good side. Unlucky.
Gifted Navas with a burst of speed, driving in, help left and right, sweeps it left. Nolito. And that one just bounces wide, a hair behind.
And Muriel is beautifully found by Jesus Navas. Again, he has a look at that reverse pass. He uses the red shirt Pizarro as a reference point, and he knows if he can get it past Guido there, Cristiano is onto this like jumping jack flash.
Needed to be perfectly timed. And one thing as well, credit to Cristiano, so many times you see players seeing that window close, so they put the brakes on just a little bit to try and give more time, which in many ways makes it even harder to find that pass. But Asensio makes it. Ronaldo plays as though it's going to get there, and when it does, in perfect position. Deflected back.
Well played.
Now Navas again tries to go around Nacho to find Muriel.
There's the difference. There, right there is the difference. there's a good intended pass, but just not having the accuracy that this man on the ball displayed.
Asensio out wide.
He'll take him on.
Ronaldo at the top of the box if he can find him.
Nicely.
Again.
And again.
Twirling around the Dane, but he'll have to settle for the corner. Quickly. Kroos again. Trying to freeze Navas into his right. Looking for the corner, but bends it too far.
Opportunity presents itself, and he ain't ever going to shy away from that one. Lovely space that he makes for himself, and then he just cannot get his angle right for the ball to drop. And nobody will complain.
Sevilla did beat Real Madrid at home last season, but it's been a while since they've won at the Bernabeu. You have to go all the way back to 2008.
Good ball.
Hakimi measures a little bit of a bump by Benzema. The pass probably could have been better, but Hakimi gets there and earns a bruise and a throw-in. Talk about that victory in 2008, Ray. Sevilla actually had a 3-1 lead at the half.
What a peach of a pass from Asensio.
Here's Marcelo. Scoops it across. Kara diving header. Back only as far as Asensio. Parried away. Mercado. Hakimi anticipates.
Nicely.
Asensio wide. Vasquez at the edge of the area. Around Cowhall. This one out for a goal kick.
Again, they're taking their opportunities, and there'll be no complaints. They're doing the right thing. Okay, it fails. There's seldom that you get 100% of your movement and your angle quite right. And when it does, it's spectacular. But Real Madrid, the options aren't there for when they have those types of good chances. So the responsibility taken on, that'll please Zidane.
Modric scoops it for Benzema, shields away from Pizarro.
Play it again.
Marcelo has to hustle and does. Kind of making it up as they go along, but they've tilted momentum in their favor. Vasquez into a pocket, tries to draw the foul. Ooh. Martinez says no. Advantage. Ronaldo touches it forward, seemed to be hooked.
Claims for a handball from Sevilla, and that's what Pizarro's complaining about. Is a Real Madrid player down before this last action. Right here, take a look if this is a handball. Right there. And from this angle, you'll see it a little better. There's a challenge from Banega, and right there, the handball, whether it's intentional or not, but Sevilla froze, and that's when Cristiano says, okay, I'm taking over here.
Navas the bump.
Nearly got through.
Ronaldo feeling it. Finds Modric, sweeps it across Asensio. One touch to Marcelo.
Oh, nicely.
Inside path is there.
And
the Brazilian wants it back. Ronaldo's touch a little too far. Off the hand of Navas, and they're going to get a chance from the spot for three.
Marcelo, Marcelo, Marcelo. The ex-Fluminense man, slippier than an eel, covered in Vaseline. It's a beautiful run. Marcelo advances. This is the end result. It's unfortunate for Navas, but the arm comes up and he plays it seemingly, whether or not his hand's coming down anyway, but the referee sees it, and there's very little argument from Sevilla, and Cristiano going to put himself up the edge of a hat-trick.
Looking for his second, and it's off of Rico, but into the back of the net. His second of the game, fourth of the year. And can you smell Ballon d'Or number 6?
We haven't seen anything from the constructor of this goal, Mr. Producer. And I want to say, Marcelo, I tell you what, it's a great effort by Sergio Rico. On any other day he might have got it, but the way Ronaldo's looks going right now in this game, that one's going to find its way in thanks to Lady Fate. But Marcelo was wonderful on the advancement of this. He picks the ball out way wide, Marcelo, and he doesn't go to the outside, he cuts inside, drives on and plays a beautiful 1-2 with the Dark Invader, and it ended up as the handball.
Cristiano, his first successful penalty this year. Of course, remember, it was against Malaga. Real Madrid got their first penalty shout of the year. It was saved, but Ronaldo scored on the rebound. This time he does it the old-fashioned way. And 3-0 for Real Madrid. Looking for something to go their way. Vasquez wide for Carroll, back for Vasquez, gets to it, but no, waits that extra stride, and it carries across the goal line. Dove over it. Slow start for Ronaldo. Of course, it wasn't helped by his suspension at the start of the season. And he's pointed out that's one of the reasons why Real Madrid got off to a bit of a slow start.
This hasn't been the Cristiano Ronaldo show, by the way, Phil. There's been some great players in support. There's one. Asensio, absolutely brilliant, and leads to this.
Hakimi almost threads it through, cleared away by Pizarro, and Kerr out for another corner.
Really responding to the bugle well here today. Real Madrid missing some big parts, we've said, but really are threading the football together nicely. Look out!
Slapped away by Rico.
Beautiful play by Luca. He only took one look to get that one hit, and magic again.
Pushed down. Longley with the foul.
Well, Marcelo sends Langlei's shadow the wrong way here and leaves him with twisted blood right here. See you later. And then the human roadblock comes on. Marcelo shimmering and shining at his best.
Carvajal, Casemiro, Ramos, even the youngster Tejeda, all missing due to suspension.
Stale points everywhere here for the white shirts today.
Bale, Varane, Zidane, all hurt. Swept across, cleared away. Even Vallejo coming back from injury. Lifted Vasquez, side volley, Ronaldo, saved by Rico, almost a hat-trick.
Wonderful play by Benzema to set the dominoes falling, the counters on.
But he can't keep it in play. That kind of day for Sevilla and Navas.
And it's a wonderful setup from Benzema. Lucas Vasquez sees the Dark Invader peel away like tissue on a toilet roll from his defender. And this one is bounced down, and fortunately for Sergio, it's coming right at him. Lovely feed from the Frenchie.
Ronaldo makes the back post run, meets it on the volley, but can't quite catch it cleanly.
Magic from Benzema out wide. He's won this one,
but holds on to Carroll at the end in a foul against Real Madrid. And a buzz building at the Bernabeu.
Buzz building at the Bernabeu, but the buzz building at all the Peñas around North America. Welcome. And we know you're all watching, and you must all be absolutely sipping your coffee and beer and enjoying this, because this is Real Madrid at their best. And I give full credit, because Phil, Jesus Navas' team came out and were playing some wonderful football. That first goal by Nacho really did seem to settle the nerves, and Real Madrid have just been a locomotive heading down the hill.
Nodded down Kerr, dives up to clear Nacho. Back into the middle. Navas heading it wide. Flipped forward by Simon Kerr. Luis Muriel hasn't seen much of the ball since the opening minutes. Lionel Cajol. Asensio enough on it. Mercado wins it back. Banega battling through, tried to get to the loose ball, but he catches Modric instead, and he's in the book. Second yellow against Sevilla.
Rough day.
Asensio dispossessed. Navas in. Mercado caught up field.
Outside left, begging.
Banega sees it. Drives to the center.
Finally.
Carol and Nolito. Back to the Frenchman on the overlap on Hakimi. And again, the youngster does well. Helped Morocco earn a spot in the upcoming World Cup, playing on his off foot as a left back. And he's turned into a pretty good deputy for the missing Carvajal for Real on the right. Quick thinking by Ronaldo. Pizarro didn't hear the footsteps, and it leads to this. Cross wide. Vasquez. Cross! Buries it! And Sevilla with it.
Fabulous choir of passes here. Not just one pass like the Asensio to Ronaldo. This is a string of pearls. Beautifully created. No fat on any of these passes. Take a look. Ronaldo sees his options, lays it off. There's a beautiful advancement from Tony. He advances, he's got left and right, but then plays it out beautifully. Vasquez says, I see you and I need you. Put it away. Tony, he's great.
Second goal of the season, scored back in August at the start against Deportivo, and it's 4-0. Real Madrid had not scored 4 goals in a game this season. In fact, the last time they did it back in May against Sevilla. And as you said, it wasn't as though Sevilla was playing poorly, but right now their spirit has been ripped out. Another chance as Madrid looks for a 5th. Hakimi double teamed, touched aside for the throw-in. Ray, what's been the difference in this Real Madrid today? Because they are taking on a team that's battling for a Champions League spot.
Phil, it's one of those situations. They're just radiant. They're passing quickly. The movement is there, right, left and centre. In the front of them, behind them, the options are everywhere. The width is presented. Marcelo's been a big component. Cristiano robs him here, puts it off to Tony, and there's the options left and right. Tony's taking them all into consideration, feeds it out wide, and then the red carpet pass, and the German just slots it home, and that one is finished just as if he's eaten a Twix. Absolutely easy, but the construction of it isn't, and that's warp speed, white hot football from Los Blancos. It's as if they wanted to make a statement to Cristiano as well, that he isn't just the star. He's in wonderful support from everybody today, and they're feeding Ronaldo as much as they can. Odds on for the hat-trick.
4 goals, and we still have 4 minutes and added time left in the first half.
Asensio's responded. Look, Modric has played well. Marcelo's been absolutely foot perfect, and I tell you, Lucas Vazquez as well started out a little rough, but he's found himself, as has Benzema. It's just top class, top draw, beautiful lead.
Chance
a
on the
lovely
overlap,
touch from
Hakimi.
Benzema.
And he's on the board. Oh, and a goal from the young homegrown right back.
Benzema again, absolutely beautiful. And the slingshot home is the final big cherry on the cake. Again, Real Madrid's attack starts so deep. This is wonderful play. Again, Benzema to Cristiano. Cristiano will turn and feint Benzema again. That touch is magnificent. That lead is even more brilliant. And then the acute angle doesn't mean anything to the kid from Morocco. Hakimi arrives by stealth. He burglarizes the penalty box. And cool like a cat burglar, he finishes. This is wonderful. Execution with prejudice and prettiness. Benzema, wonderful.
Fans of the Bernabeu have not been able to cheer 5 goals since January when they pounded Granada 5-0. They're leading Sevilla and we still have a half to go. 13th goal scorer this season for Real Madrid, 1stHalf Hakimi. And the Volkswagen halftime show coming up in case you missed any of it.
Yeah, I want to see the Marcelo one, the setup for the handball. We haven't seen another look at that.
Mr. Producer.
Well, you know, I mean.
And again, we won't be able to show it in the highlights, but there was a good 10-minute stretch there after Real Madrid opened the scoring where Sevilla was the dominant team. But Real Madrid was just warming up the oil. Asensio. Can they get a 6th before the break? Oh! And a foul coming back.
Mercado again comes across. Asensio keeps going. He doesn't fall down until he's clipped. Fights through it beautifully. And the Argentina international man being too loosey as he started to see this game slip out. There's been no adjustments. They're going to have to tighten this one up at half-time, Phil, or this will be highly embarrassing for Sevilla.
Close. Loose and almost knocked in by Vazquez. Rico there as we've reached the final minute of regulation.
Oh, what a lead.
Long ball forward, but of course Keylor Navas was ready. Well, Sevilla has lost its last 10 at the Bernabeu in all competitions. Marcelo sends it through. Carroll with a touch. However, more recently they've gone 6 straight without losing. It would be quite a comeback if they can extend that streak today.
Yeah. You put all your statistics on the back burner and stick them where a monkey sticks it. Well, never mind. Because this is a game for Real Madrid where they're just letting go of that sort of analysis. They're just playing, every one of them, complementary football, everybody wanting the ball, everybody clean on the touch, and there's almost too many options as the half-time whistle goes. Champagne football, and produced by Mr. Champagne himself. He gets recognised, Benzema, Cristiano's heat map, but you can change them all because they've all been red hot here.